Alrighty. I'll give it a moment. Almost done colouring it in. Then I just need to shade it. Yeah. I'm also kind of excited because today's the first day where I'm trying ADHD meds. So I'm just gonna see how that goes. But yeah. Originally I wanted to do this one yesterday, but I was on computer parts arrived on Friday, over the last week. Built most of it together on Friday, started setup yesterday, and then it worked until it didn't. So now I'm waiting for an answer from support. And I might have to send some parts back. Spent most of yesterday just trying to get it to work, but shit happens. Can't do anything about it now. I also need to change the thumbnail for the illustration time. Tomorrow it will probably be me working on commissions. And the commissions I already got. Because I need to get some work on those done. I'm kind of nervous right now. Purely due to the ADHD med situation, sorry. I forget it, but getting that also started. But yeah. Besides that, I'm currently just waiting to be able to watch Arcane. I'll give it a day or two until I'm able to actually watch it. I'm very much looking forward to it today. Sorry for the green flash. Should probably also close that. Besides that, I've also just been rhythm game maxing. Because I do love me some rhythm games, they're quite a lot of fun. I'm also trying to get used to the new layout on the phone. It's progress. The new YouTube layout, I mean. The amount of times I accidentally misclicked on something is bad. But yeah, I'm currently extremely nervous about if the meds help or not. And how long they would take to kick in and everything. As I said, I haven't really gotten to draw a lot the past 2 days because of the whole computer stress, because I only have one table which I needed to clear free of everything. So until I realized that until everything was put together, I just didn't have enough space for my drawing tablet also on it. Now I do. Although that might change again once I have to take it apart to send the right pieces back to the manufacturer. Well, the place I bought it from, to tell them to fix it. Because it isn't looking good. And I've tried everything I can on my end. Sometimes it's just like that. Pop. Pop. That's about right. Yeah. Pop. There we go. But yeah, I don't know. Unluckily, my laptop still works well enough. Like barely, but like still. For me to be able to afford to have to deal with those computer issues until it actually works. If I'm lucky, it will only take like a week or two to get everything fixed properly. that not like usual? No. Also, one moment, I'm trying to figure out how upright my graphic tablet used to stand. I like this maybe, because it kind of just doesn't feel right. Or not at all. But that might also just be a mental thing. Because of the situation at hand. Because this whole thing also just means that my dining table, everything's on usually, just doesn't look the way it usually does. And that there's barely anything on it. So it feels kind of odd. That actually shows off a little back down about it yesterday, but it's fine now. Can only deal with it going forward anyways. I mean, the one upside is the fact that means I'm currently not just spending most of my time getting re-addicted to Final Fantasy XIV. I guess if although that's only a matter of time until when I actually get everything working. I spent a bit too much time in that game. But yeah. Also just haven't been getting to go into my usual walks lately, but I hope I can remedy that today. At least. Hopefully. Maybe. Depends on if I feel like it. I'm not very good with the cold. Yeah, I'm kind of just very nervously waiting for the ADHD meds to actually kick in. I should also save. Quite a bit there. I also applied to an artist alley in Denmark. I hope I'll get in shortly before this. J-pop to be specific. And they're doing it by raffle this year. So I'll just need to get lucky. I just applied for half table because of the prices. I'm guessing most people will apply to half tables because of the prices. Alrighty, that's that color. Now we literally just the gold amulet is left. Up. There we go. Then I'm done with the flats. Yeah. that's a bad yellow. Oh well. I might also disappear for a very quick second in a shop bit. Because I realized I'd forgotten to do something before this. I just need to get done. Only take a minute or two at most. That's all. I should have just called in that spot badly. Pop. Pop. I'm not very good at this, am I? Probably not. I'll need to disappear very quickly for like a minute, maximum 2. To take care of something that I forgot about. I'll be right back. And it is already taken care of. Sitting down and time to continue. Yeah, that was fast. Boy. It's also odd, it feels like my head is just clearer than usual. Don't know if that's the meds day. Really need to get better at calling this in. The yellow colors are noticeable, that it's much easier to see all of my coloring and mistakes. but it's fine. But I also should go back into that tab. That just feels weird. It's kind of odd to think that most people are just usually able to think like this. If I clear a head, I guess. Feeling a bit more sharp. Is that? Feels odd because it's unusual. Oh dear. Button. Clearing up the edges a bit. I don't know, it just feels hard. I'm trying to get used to the feeling. just closing that there. Sorry for the red. Sudden red. Oh, Bob. Also currently just waiting for someone's response on a permission. And if I should do any changes in the sketch, I hope I get an answer soon-ish. So I can spend today working on it. Because I just have a lot more time on the weekends. So not getting to work on it this weekend would set it quite a bit back, and how much longer it would take total. But I'm kinda just getting no response from the person. So, just gonna have to wait on that. Until it happens. I checked in today after a few days of no response. Waiting on that. Because it's on the sketch phase, and just going forward now with me possibly having to do a lot of changes later. So I'm gonna wait until that gets approved first. So it's just a lot faster to do new changes currently. And it's for a, what are they called, the like D&D character round thingies that you use to symbolize AC. So now I use for one of my mutuals. So I'm guessing there will be quite a bit of changes to just get the character right, like feeling right. What? Yes, I'm still there. You did the whole past while watching thing. See if I was still there or asleep. Which is fair because I usually sometimes put on some background noise to distract off my thoughts. Usually it's some like traditional inking. Nothing else going on. Cause I like the noise of the pen scratching. feels neat. Before I do anything with this one, there's a little hole there. Pop. Pop. Close that, choose the yellow. I'm also kind of considering to make a video essay on Le Collège Noir because I just need more people to talk about it. There's only like one video essay I could find about it. Getting distracted real quickly. One moment. Alright, and back to it. I should probably also do that before I... Also, I should double check. I think so. Good. I should probably do my dishes later. I have so many dishes left to do. I've been sitting on them for a bit, purely due to like the stress of the past few days. It's all computer shit. Something that I should also do is add the new illustration to the carousel and add something to the Be Right Back screen. The new one, I mean, because I quite like how some of it comes out and turned out. Yeah. And it's saved. Pop. Just this left, and then I get to shade. And I'm finally done. So I'll give it a week and a half max. Depending on how much I'm working on it over the week. Yeah. I should probably, when the time comes, both make it into a usual video and a short. Pop. Pop. That works surprisingly well. Thought I did a worse job than I actually did on that one. But yeah. up. But yeah, if I get the feedback on the sketch, get that cleaned up today, line art and do the rough colors, I'll get to work on the common life today, because from then on it will just be rendering once I get the colors approved. But yeah, I'm probably gonna save the limits up for this particular day, depending on when I need them, because currently I don't have enough visual diagnosis yet, and all of my friends have ADHD, I'm pretty sure that I have it. And was okay, one of them was okay, have some of my meds, try if they work, to see if you should pursue actual diagnosis to just get the meds, and I think they do. It feels odd, feels a lot clearer than usual. Like, feels like I can actually get up and do my dishes instead of thinking about it for a few hours, then do like 3 minutes of it and then stop. That probably also means that I'll just need to clean my apartment a bit today. And I have 2 left. I might save them up for the next weekend. I'm kind of jealous of normal people right now, that they just get to have this for free. What the fuck? That's so hot. The fact that other people just get after as a standard setting is insane to me. Shit, that's insane to me. What the fuck? Sorry for just laughing. I caught up on several magical comics and mangas yesterday, and just to calm down, not have a meltdown earlier. It was neat. There was Lemire and Company LDT, very good, and Margaret Lemire, but for that, surprisingly good. They did a really good job of portraying a guy in a dress and just not making fun of it, but still, like, obviously the characters are like surprised by it and don't think it's normal, but also don't make it a punchline. Not really. Like, it gets very quickly considered normal, and at one point later on it's even like a fuck yeah, he got back into the dress moment. So they actually handled it like pretty well compared to at least how a lot of media handles it. It's quite neat. And then I read the Magical Girl webcomic. I forgot its name. What the fuck was it called again? Moment. Sleepless Domain, that's the one. Then I fully caught up on Sleepless Domain. Surprisingly good. I tried it about a year ago, so originally to just see if I would like it, and back then I put it down pretty quickly because I thought it was just a generic magical girl one. It isn't. Like, once you get past like the first chapter or two and shit starts, it's actually pretty interesting. For me it was just needing to get past that. because I like magical girl stuff. I like stuff that does something new and interesting with it, rather than just typical magical girl stuff. For example, wouldn't be able to. I don't give a shit about Sailor Moon. I mean, I wouldn't be able to watch it, keep up with it, kind of. Just doesn't interest me very much. I'm still considering to watch the original one just to see where all of the usual stuff comes from. A lot of it is based upon, but it doesn't interest me as a story. I'm also very excited for Madoka Magica to finally come out. The new movie, I mean. Yeah. Can't wait for the College No Season 2. I thought just more people to talk about it. They did such a good job. Also, just the background art is so good. Holy shit. I'm considering to just do some studies of the background art. The style isn't what I like. The style's actually like pretty, like the stylistic decision they made with having more cute character models is actually a pretty good idea, because this story is a bit darker and they're able to go into a lot more of the darker stuff. I like have an old hag, like witch hag, with her tits just hanging out and still be fine with that. Also partly because it is French regulations. They just wouldn't have been able to get away with it. The usual regulations, the non-French ones, I mean. Probably. I do find the difference between comic, the College Noir, and the animation, the College Noir, extremely interesting. And I'm very excited to see where the animation, the College Noir, ends up taking it. And I'm guessing they're still gonna follow similar-ish major plot points. I do appreciate that they changed how Janus died, as the new version just adds a lot more depth. I'd also appreciate how the new book actually got introduced. The new one is, instead of just getting put in, and the comic version of the College Noir. It is neat. Also, they just did such a good job animating it. I will probably rewatch it sometime soon. I'm also trying to convince all of my friends to watch it. It's really good. I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. So once again, just the backgrounds are so pretty. I've also just been playing like the big opening theme, but like the full version, once in a while in the background while doing stuff. Like, I do really appreciate how like they implemented the hurdy-gurdy and everything. Did a really good job doing a more modern version with all the old Instagram file, making them setting right, I guess. I'm a modern take on older music while still making it fit in with this setting. Something around those lines. It just did such a good job on the music for it. I'm very biased about that because I just love hurdy-gurdies and the music they make of all. If I was rich, I would probably get myself one. But I'm not, and music instruments are expensive. Also, I should probably get my guitar fixed. I have had one of the strings broke a while ago. I need to actually get it fixed sometime. Oh well. Yeah. This one would actually be my good just use a pencil and then. But yeah. I'd also find it interesting how they did the opening scene with the college noir, doing a more fantasy thing. Although, at least for me personally, if I didn't know anything about it and just saw that on TV, it might have put me off the whole show. So that's an interesting choice. But it maybe was just short enough for me to sit through it. I mean, it's a good choice. Just not for me, I guess. Also, I do find it a pretty interesting decision to make one of the characters get the period and talk about it shortly in the first episode. And have the witch knowing where they were bound in this way, instead of like in the original comic, it was just the whistling that notified the witch to get her attention. And also probably also a pretty good choice because this way they managed to build on a lot more tension into the scene compared to the original. Overall, the comic probably suffers a bit under it being like a weekly, I think, release thing. It's always only 4 to 5 pages per chapter for the original first two comic books, so they needed to do the whole chapter, so the pacing suffers a bit under that. So just giving it a lot more time to build out for the show. It's actually pretty neat. Although the episodes are surprisingly short, only 13 minutes instead of the usual 20. A lot of animation has. Even though they're shorter than the usual animations, one's actually really well paced. They did a good job working with it. If the constraint. I like it. I find it neat. I do also appreciate that compared to the original comic, they featured Jeunesse a lot more as a ghost. Also, the animation is just so good. What the might also do some animation studies later on. But first I want to study the backgrounds because they did such a great job of just what ultimately sells it isn't the lighting and the colors, but like the fundamentals and like the layout, and that's also good. But it's great to see, like, because the College Noirs, like the comic book, was made by the director of the animation studio, and you can see that in the way that he brings in a few smooth frames into the comic originally, that animation is one of his passions. So it's neat to see both the comic artist also be the director for the animated series. It's neat, because it's probably better than it would have been if it was another director. Because then it might have been a more direct adaptation. And while the original's like good, there's just a lot of missed opportunities, I guess. Yeah, I do adore the College Noir quite a bit. Can't wait to see where they go with it. Very excited. I also like finally got around to watching like the Dead Cells animated series, and while I am kind of sad that they didn't adapt the original style from the ads, which was just delicious, they still did like a pretty good job on it. Like, as its own thing, it's pretty good. I should probably also just see it as its own thing due to just how different it is from like the game version of the characters. As it's a lot more comedic, and the plot is also just very different. But yeah, the animated trailers for Dead Cells is also just another thing I kind of want to study, like the heavy and inks versions, because they did such a good job of like the line work, and also a very good job on limited animation, more limited animation. Also just a great way, like overall they do such a good job for how long they are. Pretty short, because it's not, to still be like exciting but and also convey everything it needs to. It's great. I'm also currently keeping up with the Goblins graduation short films. They're also just so good. I wish I would be able to make something like that at one point, but it will also take quite a bit of time because they're like teams of people, and I am one person. And animation just takes a lot of time. I mean, I've been coloring this in now for a few weeks and a few hours every week for a handful of weeks now. Like, I'm fully considering to also just like make a video, be like, hey, these are animated shit I really like, please watch it. The only problem with that is I just don't think I have a lot of reach. Again, even just a few more people they need. So yeah, I think I'll actually make it at one point. Probably sooner than later. I know what I'll do. I'll probably sit down to do it like while I'm at my parents' over Christmas, because I don't have my usual drawing set up then. so what I'm able to do anyways will be quite limited compared to usual. Because I'll just have my like iPad then. So I might as well also just sit down and like script that and which ones I want to recommend and everything. Probably limit it down to like 10 to 15 of my favorite animated short films that you can see on YouTube. And just blab about those for a good bit. Maybe YouTube, maybe just in general, because then I get Cleveland College Noir. No, I love that one so much. Whereas I find it incredibly interesting what they do with like the goblins, not just graduation films but also NSC ones, because I feel like they get to do a lot more than you would under usual like company circumstances, I guess. Like what the kind of short films that you get from like school stuff versus like official studio stuff is quite different. I usually prefer the school ones because it just feels like they have a lot more freedom. And then to like just do what they want to. Because you aren't restricted at all by how profitable it is. Or you are restricted by like making it look good because it will go into your grades. There's also one that I've just been rewatching over and over. It's one of the actual NSC announcement ones, and not an actual NSC short film. It's Clover Lois, something like that. I don't remember. Let me just find it very quickly. I am currently fully tucked myself. I'm well aware. Like still. The clever now. Goblins. NSC. So just a lot of the NSC announcement ones are also just Cleflickies. Greece. I'm not French. I want to learn French at one point. I just concentration. So good. Hands. Yeah. It's so good. I love it very much. Holy shit. Like that's one of those things where I would say, please make a full series of this. Alrighty, I don't know for how long I'll be here today. I'll just see. Because the ADHD meds are working actually. So I'll just see for how long I'll be able to. for how long I feel like it. I'm also just talking a lot more today because my head just feels a lot clearer, so it's a lot easier for me to actually sort my thoughts. Because I'm like 10 billion at the moment. Alright. Like this. So maybe not. It would be a bit high. And now I just need to pop. That feels about right. But yeah, I want to get the golden thing colored in today, do the eye highlights, and possibly also just start on laying out the shadows. I do have the rough part, but I want to start on the clean version of the main bits. If I'll do it is just do one singular color at first and then color it incorrectly later when everything's laid out on the new layer. It's both the shadows and the highlights, actually. I'll probably... I should probably do those. I should do those ones first. It wouldn't be needed because of how far apart they are. The only ones I'll do on separate layers are the eye shinies, eye highlights, because they would be easy to do. Oi. When was that meeting again? I just randomly remembered a meeting I've at some point. I don't remember the when. That's 28th, and then I also have on the 19th. So the 19th is Tuesday in a week. Oi. Come on, work. The thing on mine disconnected me 1 moment. Pop up. Work, please. Oh, wait, that works again. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, Horizon. I'm just colouring this in. Should hopefully be finished with the colouring soon. Only the medal thing here left. Amulet. Don't know what it's called. And then I just have to do the shading, then I'm done with this. At this point, also before that, clean up this edge a bit. It just started Oh, very fair. And usually it's the same for me. Yeah. Hopefully I do get like better at figuring out when you get done. I spent quite a bit of time today just rambling about like college noir. I'd highly recommend watching that. It's a pretty good animated series, but finding out translation in English is quite difficult, cause it's originally in French. It is really good though, and the backgrounds are amazing. I do want to study some of the background art of that show sometime. Very fair, mine too. French is quite difficult to learn. Yeah. Although I do hope that I'll figure it out at one point. Best of luck with your French. If you even wanna. Oh god, yeah. My condolences. That seems like a decision. Yeah, it makes sense that you ended up not learning any either of those. Why did you want to learn Spanish? If there's even any particular reason for it. And yes, I'm still there. The reason why I want to learn French is mostly the animation industry over there. Just being kind of good. There's so much good French media that just doesn't get translated properly because it just isn't big enough that I hear about due to my friends over there. Let's see, I can put both. I understand about one for them. That's at least something. Congrats on that. Should probably not be doing this effect. I can read about both. I mean, yeah, that's still quite a bit of Spanish to know. At least a lot more than I do. But yeah, best of luck with your Spanish going forward. Choose a language. I've been considering to learn it at one point, because I have several Spanish friends that were offering to help me. And hey, nowadays that's mostly just what you need. Now I got unlucky and had to learn both. Due to where I live, I also had to learn Danish, which just isn't used in a lot of places. Even most people over here just speak English. So yeah. So fluent English is honestly good enough for most places. Danish is a language. This time in a bad way. The biggest issue with it is just that not a lot of people speak it. And all of the people that do also just speak English and often with each other. Just like kind of think yes, but no. It often just mixes together in my head. Especially when trying to speak Danish. And so it usually comes out like an odd mix. A lot of my family members also speak something we like to call Denglish, which is just a messed up version, a mix of German and Danish. Which doesn't sound very good. Wouldn't recommend. Like, it's really easy to tell when you're German but picked up Danish later due to how different the usual pronunciations are. Because Danish usually pronounces everything very softly. And there's just a lot of like soft letters which pronounce it differently depending on the circumstance, which we just don't have a lot of in German. Yeah. Then that's surprisingly common. I wonder what Spanglish sounds like. Hope I get to it at one point. I might look up some people later to see if there's any examples out there. But yeah. Danish is just very particular because a lot of it is also just needing to remember and get the feeling right of when is what, rather than actual rules. So it can be a pain to learn. But yeah, fuck my girl. Do each of your wings count towards your VTOM? Yes, they do. Total view time, yes, there's also something I can see that's like the average view time. But yeah, they do. Kind of, as long as they're watching. It looks at how long a person stays. So yes, kind of. Why are you asking, might ask? Ooh, best of luck. But yeah, I would recommend just making yourself familiar with like the YouTube studio version of the statistics look like beforehand. Just exactly, it isn't really difficult. Best of luck. I hope it goes well for you. Where are you gonna stream? Over here or on Twitch or somewhere else maybe. Also, I'll try to catch that if I can. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. I hope it goes well for you. Best of luck. Alright, pop. Will it just be on the channel you're using right now to chat, or? Or somewhere else, might ask. Animation software is enchanting to learn. Yes. And kind of clips to the paint, yes, other ones no. I wanna sit down and actually learn Toon Boom at one point. I am using Steam Labs desktop for myself, just because I find the layout easier. To work with. The Wizard version was just a lot at once to learn, and I just couldn't be bothered. Although I might have to go back to that one and actually figure it out at one point. Do also remember to request that you can stream on YouTube beforehand by just going into the live tab on YouTube Studio, like 24 hours before. It usually takes them a bit for you to get there right, just in case you haven't yet. It's an automatic thing once you go in there once. Just so you won't sit there when the time comes and get a notification that you have to wait for a bit while they check that everything's a-okay. Nice. And very fair, yeah. I've been considering to switch to OBS. It's just fully needing to actually sit down and figure it out properly. at one point. Happy to hear that. Thank you very much. Hope it will be fun for you. And I hope there will be people there to chat with. So it sometimes takes a bit. My subject out of the basis very fair. A lot of people seem to skip that part, me included. And are you gonna cover all of the basics or just specific ones? Because if it's all of them, that seems like quite a list to cover. Drawing and painting basics as I practice them. Hell yeah. Sounds good. And that stuff can be kind of difficult. Good luck. Alright. Thank you very much, Steam Devs. I would also generally recommend tinkering around with the Cloudbot a bit. Also to just see what it's even capable of. Also it does have like some better options. Also just in the bonking people if they do something they shouldn't have. Part. Motivation, that's the word. Just in case. Cause you never know. Also, recently figured out, apparently, you aren't just links are in general banned on YouTube, can't send us in general, while URLs are fine. And I only recently found out that there's apparently a difference. Like, during lessons and shit, I'm the only person that can send links, anyone can send URLs. I think it was that way around. Or maybe it was the opposite way around of anyone can send an URL, only I can send links. One of those. But yeah, that's why it didn't work a while back. Cause YouTube's... and it will just not allow you to send it if it realizes it's one of those two. The one it doesn't like. Never mind, yeah, I'll not... yeah. Also, sorry about that. That was also why it was just grayed out automatically. Didn't even get to the step of Streamlabs bonking you on accident. So yeah, cause it doesn't even get officially sent. That makes sense though. Interestingly enough, approved users, whatever that means, can send links. So I've been trying to figure out what they exactly mean by that, and I am unsure yet. Yeah. I find that shit kind of interesting. YouTube has some interesting guidelines in general. Yeah, that does make sense, going by where YouTube came from compared to a lot of the other streaming sites. With, like, it being used before just for videos. So a lot of the guidelines are a bit different than the usual. I've also just recently been watching all of the VTuber bans from Twitch. It isn't going well over there. I do feel bad for them. So yeah. You have made us in case. Neat. Holy. But also, just if you do use shortcuts for your digital art, make sure that they aren't the ones as the ones you have on like Streamlabs to change stuff. Because I did that starting out, so there were just a lot of random screen changes. Oops. You are the second artist I have been watching that's using Cryptid. I'm surprised there aren't more. It's a pretty common program. Also question, what program do you use for digital art? Sorry if you've answered that one already. What do you use, Horizon? Also, importantly, I use Gimp. Oh, that's quite a lot of different Pokemon ones. Is there one of them that you prefer over the other ones? Or do you just use them interchangeably, depending on what you feel like? Also to note, once you get there, very oddly, whenever you livestream, like the chat will automatically be on top of the chat mode, instead of like all messages, and you have to change it to live chat every time, which is just not YouTube thing. Like the chat replays. So just keep that in mind, that you will have to change it on your side of things every time, so you don't see all of the messages, and not just what YouTube sees as the most important ones. With less people, so it still usually shows all of them, but like, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Ooh, that's interesting. I've never tried Vector Art before. Sounds interesting. Is a Vector I'm better good. Also neat, I've never used GIMP before. I've been considering to start trying to use different programs to just see how they handle at one point. On my list of programs I want to try, there's also Paint Tool Sai. Oh, that is noted. I'll give myself quite a bit of time to learn it then, and patience. But it sounds very interesting. It is less about like fully switching from Eclipse to Paint, and it's more like getting more familiar with all kinds of different programs and how they do stuff, and how that might affect my workflow to like better adjust my workflow, I guess. Both that and just having a better distinction between like my own personal art and the art I make for others, because it's done in the same place. So I'm doing it in another program might help also. And lastly, I have several friends that don't want to spend too much money on art programs, and Eclipse to Paint is at the end of the day, unless you go for the subscription, money is something, especially if you also want to use the animation part. So I also just wanna try out different ones to see which ones I would recommend for them to use. Also just so that I can help them if they have any questions. I'm getting used to the programs. I suppose, yeah. Yeah, all of my friends are just spoke students like me. Like, it's very fair price, especially when it's on sale. It's more like... Currently, none of them have money to get around, besides like the necessary stuff like bills and food. Like, there's nothing wrong with the price of Klipsy paint if you're just broke. And including myself there, because if I had more money I would probably help them and just either get enough subscription license and just pay part of it, or help them out getting the full thing on sale. Sadly, being a student doesn't pay very well. Who needs it when you can have art? You're right, I should just, yeah. Students should just eat paint. I'm sorry for not realizing. But yeah. And both that and also to just, a lot of them also want to first get started in digital art. So getting to try out a program which is like cheaper or for free might be a bad idea to see if digital art is even for them. And I feel kind of odd recommending them a program which they might just not end up using in the future. One thing I'm gonna say, Krita, not the best animation. I made a mistake once. Spent a few months animating and then in rage quit. Yeah, me too. They're very neat. I also used to use a Firepacker for quite a while, which is surprisingly good and like easy to get into. I say just getting used to digital art overall and seeing if it's for you sort of program. And then I switched to Krita for a bit for animation. Oh boy. The other comes from the fact that for whatever reasons it will just render the color differently for the animation bits than my usual art. And the bucket tool just didn't. It took a lot longer to get anything done in there. And animation already takes quite a bit. glad to hear that. I hope that we will get along well. Oh. These lines are a bit too fine for me to use the lasso tool. I'm quite excited. I've also recently been keeping up with the Goblins graduation films. They're like really good. It's interesting to see how many different types of stories and styles they do it in. Can't wait to see the last ones slowly coming out. Like when it's slowly coming out. Very neat. I'd also recommend checking some of those out if you feel like it. And if you haven't yet. Yeah, same. Also, I'm much looking forward to seeing it. I'm also probably later on gonna take a close look on how exactly they handled the colours of the building a fence one. Because they did like a really good job on the colours. Probably gonna do a few studies of that later today. Also, I can't tell if it's like 2D with like really good animation or 3D with really good 2D textures. It might be. I love the someone. Yeah, it really is. I'm surprised there aren't like a lot of people that go into like a lot of depth in it beyond the usual cool and warm tone, saturation, and all of that kind of stuff. I've been hoping to pick up the Color and Light book by the Dinotopia guy, and reading my way through that, and hopefully picking up more knowledge that way. Yeah. Oh dear. As I said, I've also just been slowly doing my anatomy studies of all of the like muscles. Why do humans need to have so many muscles? It would honestly be pretty interesting to see like how humans would function without like select muscles. Like if you remove these, what would happen? The question is just which ones would be the most interesting muscles to remove? It probably is, honestly. Alright, Horizon, if you had to remove one of your muscles, which one would it be? Like, fully void. Like, which one would you deem the most unnecessary ones of your muscles? And Latvian. Also neat. Also, I did not know that. Good to know. Didn't expect them to be Latvian. Alright. Load and how load. Oh, but ask is the question you can you put the answer in a way that isn't as load? And you're still free to answer in the load way. Fair. I would probably say one of the leg muscles. I would be able to live fine with one leg that's just messed up. Like, wouldn't make life more difficult, but I would survive well enough. Alright, fair. That seems like an easy answer then. Also, no need to answer if you don't want to. Question, how did you realize that you were Ace, Horizon? Once again, no need to answer if you don't want to. If you're comfortable with it in any way. because I just find it pretty interesting to like hear how different people got to shit. I don't do that. How different people got to that realization that they are. I myself thought I was bi for a while because I thought, hey, it's equal, like interest in both, so I must be bi. No, just ace. I'm just silly. And also kind of thought people were joking when they talked about lewd stuff. They were not. I'm just silly. Realization after much exploration. Very fair. Thanks for telling me. But yeah, that sounds like quite a journey to go on before you realise that. Wrong button again. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, fair. I myself didn't have much of an exploration stage, purely due to the fact that it just didn't like people enough, I guess. And I thought that was just the norm. Like people enough to do anything with them. I even for long time assumed that like to romance just wasn't a thing. Like, it took me quite a while to realize that people actually have romantic feeling for others. I'm not the best when it comes to social realizations. It's actually kind of funny because I have a text message to one of my friends that's like, holy shit, I just realized people actually want to have sex and they just don't like joke about it or say that and don't mean it. Oh, very fair, yeah. For me it's kind of the same, and people are pretty. But that's about it for me. Yeah. But yeah, shit can be confusing to figure out. Stuff can be confusing sometimes. I think I also just got lucky because I actually came across an Ace creator that openly talked about it. That also made a lot of stuff click into place for me. So I think I also just got lucky and came across one of the few people that actually like openly talk about it naturally instead of actively searching for it. I should do my dishes after this. I have a little pile of dishes I need to get done, I just haven't yet. Sounds like it. Yeah, lucky they're like all like new enough to not be disgusting. It's mostly the whole getting around to it, which I should definitely do today. After this. Good point, I should do that. I think we're just back to the eating paint being the optimal way to live. No dishes, no money spent on food. No, but it's fine, it's mostly just the whole getting around to it thing, rather than like actually being painful. Oh, that's not track of music. I'm actually kind of excited about food because I just love German Christmas food, and it's the time of the year. And I will get to eat quite a bit of it when I visit my parents over in Germany. I'm also looking forward to the Glühwein. want Christmas food. I love it. It is really good. The only downside is most of it is sweets. So I don't want to overeat on sweets. It's a lot of just managing not overeating on one thing in particular. A good point. Very good point. You show me the way. I have so long. I should eat more Christmas food and just overeat on that to make it through the winter. But that should be thick enough for that too. I will also have to take quite a bit back home with me because there's a sugar tax over here in Denmark to get people to eat more healthy, and it works. Kind of. It will just result in me spending quite a lot of money on Christmas food over in Germany for when I get back here. When I was growing up, it also just resulted in all of the Danes going over to Germany, buying a whole lot of food, and then going back. Because the general prices also just used to be a bit cheaper over in Germany. Enough to make that trip worth it. And they do it less nowadays. Cost prices have been getting higher. The German economic system is slowly going through it. It was always quite interesting to see, just like on the weekends, how many Danish people would get there. What's your favourite holiday? I mean, it will probably be Christmas purely due to like food and punch and glühwein. Like, what you can drink and eat is just so good during Christmas. It will probably be that. And also just because I like winter in general. What about you? What is your favourite holiday? Punch eller punch, jeg føler mig det. because I will probably have to keep myself for the next few weeks from just randomly starting to sing German Christmas songs. Not because they're good, it's just I've listened to them so many times that they're ingrained into my brain permanently. American Halloween, hell yeah. Sadly, we don't have much of a Halloween over here. Although it looks really fun from what I've seen. I've been wanting to participate in it properly at one point in my life. And that sounds great. I honestly wish we had that over here. That just sounds like a very good time for everyone involved. What kind of scene did you set up this year? Might ask. Like more skeletons or more ghostly stuff? Or maybe something else? No need to answer. Just actually maybe don't, because privacy. Really, the only Halloween stuff we really get over here is usually like big spiders on shopping malls. And a few decorations like outside from like the shopping district. But they're also usually already partly preparing for Christmas around that time of year. Yeah, over here it's more of a commercial thing. The stores are participating in it more than the people. Ooh, hell yeah, that sounds great. That sounds really good. Well. That just sounds like a very good time. Yeah, we don't have much of it over here. Kind of wish we did. Because that just sounds like a very good time, especially for a kid. Guess I'll have to do something for it next year then. To at least bring a bit of it over here. And a bit more. Usually you find like 1 or 2 houses in the entire city that do something for Halloween, and that's about it. It's a bit more in the main places, but still not a lot. I will try my best. Alright, and have a good rest of your weekend. Bye bye. See you next time. Thanks for being here. Also, hopefully catch your stream when it happens. I will try. I don't know how long I'll go today, probably longer than usual, because the night achievement's actually helping quite a lot. I'm just keeping myself to not overwhelm myself too much, I guess. I will also in a short moment take a quick bit to reply to some stuff. Oh, yeah. Didn't pick a color on accident. But yeah, I really gotta get an ADHD diagnosis to get meds because all they should. They're actually helping quite a lot. It's insane to me that people usually get to live like this. Coupon. Alright, that was everything I had to apply to. To apply to, I think. Wrong thingy. What do you have? I really hope the chapters of Magadolmir Company come out. It's really good. I can't wait to see how it goes, and it feels like it's already wrapping up the story. It's probably gonna end at the next 10 chapters, 10 to 20 chapters about. Still very excited to see where it goes. I've also been keeping up with the very slowly updating The Grey Man. It's a pity. It's really neat to see how much the art evolved for that one. I might also make myself pancakes later. I now have all of the ingredients right here. Once I do my dishes, I have a clean pan to do so. I do love me some pancakes. Bop. Yeah, I might just stop after I finish colouring in the gillette. Maybe I'll also go a bit longer. I don't know, it's fun for me to actually be able to go outside once. What the fuck? People get to live like this, usually. Sure. So I am sitting badly. Yeah, 1:32, only like 40 more frames to go. A lot of them barely have the minute, if at all, in it. It's not the last ones. You've got mail. Okay. Oi. Either that or I might also just stop it at a 3-hour mark. I jump into the sun, make myself pancakes and then finish colouring in the amulet then, because I'm starting to get a bit hungry. And I need to at least clean my pan before I can do the dishes. Oh, I think I'll just do that instead. Then I can return to that after. Yeah, I have a total of just 3 meds. I'll probably save the last 2 for next weekend, because I'll manage to get through the week anyways. I wanna put them to good use, actually get shit done. Currently multitasking, catching up on messages on the side. But it is expensive how some people can go for that long for like art streams. I hope I can get actual Metaphysics soon-ish. Because it actually could help quite a lot with my life. How could I be able to? Is this the most effective way? Probably not. Works well enough day. It will take about a certain amount of time to carefully do it with the lasso tool. So it's fine. Alright, let's see here. Wrong one. It's this one now. Got to get the last of the emily cut in. Then I gotta do my dishes and eat, make myself some pancakes as a treat. So I do love myself the cakes that come in pans. They're neat. I'm probably gonna make some with cheese and baked in them. Because I do love me some cheese. And I got lucky. And I'm not lactose intolerant like half my family is. I might also just start cleaning my apartment a bit. Although there's kind of only so much that I can do because I have to keep several huge boxes. Because I probably have to ship some parts back. Because it just didn't work. Got myself a computer set up, got most of it set up. And then it just stopped working randomly, and none of the recommended, hey, this is what you should do if this happens stuff worked. And I think the fucking CPU just broke or has a big issue. So I probably have to, I'm currently waiting for support to answer, but I'll probably have to end up shipping it back and be like, hey, you fix this. Because I want a working computer that doesn't just automatically black screen. Like it doesn't even like turn on properly anymore. The only thing that turns on is the fan, and it doesn't let me system like reset anything. The Q flash didn't work, and also just can't system reset, even like pressing the connecting the right pins. So currently just support being like, hey, fix this is my best option. Which does mean that I will probably also just have to take it partly. Option A, have to take it apart partly. Hopefully not. Because I'm bad at that. Option B, just end the entire thing. But in that case, we'll have to use one of the bigger boxes. Anyways, I'm keeping out of the boxes until everything works out. So probably for the next week or so, week or two at most. I'm also getting help from a friend that knows what he's doing. Because my technical knowledge is quite limited. That's my death. Just gonna do the last ones and then leave. Trying to just start that from the top, because there's no point in changing music now, because only like a few more minutes to go. till I finish cutting off that, and because there's like what, 13 frames left to color in, then I'm done with the flats. Very soon it is coloured in. Then I just have to shade it and then colour in all of the shaded parts correctly. Because I am gonna probably do what I'm gonna do is this lasso tool and like rub the shadows and highlight, go into one colour and then bucket tool it to the correct one later, but that one shouldn't take as long. It's the original shading part that will take a bit, the bucket tooling a lot faster. Like bucket tooling should only be something I can do in like an afternoon. The actual shading everything in part might take a bit longer. Then again, with how much this just normal talking, a lot of it also just don't move very much. Almost. As if not if it's more than really. Not to make it iris. Yeah, it's done. Flats are done. Fuck you, baby. Let's pause this. Pop. File. File. Export animation. Shit. Wrong button. File. Export animation. Movie. The point. 13. Making it smaller so it renders faster. gonna check if everything looks okay. There's an odd pebble plant earlier. Here, I think. Maybe. Is there even? I think that was it. One pop. Pop. Yeah. That's it. I am done with the flats. I'm gonna end it here for today. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope that you have a good rest of your weekend. Bye bye.